Hey everybody, it's Christine McAlister here, the founder of Life with Passion, here with Sue Cooper, the millionaire in flip-flops. Sue is the founder of Lazy Dog. Let's get us all situated here. Lazy Dog, which is the, well, I'll let Sue tell you about it, but she is the author of the book Millionaire in Flip-Flops, as you just saw, and we're going to talk today about her story because it is so inspiring. She has been in Key West for decades and has built an incredible business that she loves. She travels the world. She does what so many of you want to do. She's a millionaire in flip-flops. Who doesn't want to be that? So I'm going to ask Sue to tell us a little bit about her story, and give us some advice today.
Hi, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, when I was about 27, I was living in Connecticut, and all I wanted to do was really make a lot of money, be a millionaire. And I worked for a big footwear company. Did really well. I traveled around. I had a great time. And one day, I actually won the company's most prestigious award. And we had a big celebration that night. I woke up the next morning, and I got to tell you, I was the most unhappy I'd ever been in my life. And the reason was, although I had this great job and I was on this wonderful path and on my quest to make $1 million, be a millionaire, the rest of my life was in shambles. And my health, I was traveling all the time, so I wasn't fit. I wanted a dog, which I couldn't have because I was traveling. I disconnected with all my friends again because I was traveling, and my relationship was in shambles. So I decided that I wanted to just live my dream, live my retirement idea, which was to live on an island, own my own business, and have a dog. So the next day, I walked into my boss's office and I said, I quit. I'm moving to Key West. And I'd only ever been here once. I didn't know anybody here. I knew, I love the water. I love the idea of still being connected. There's 43 bridges that connect to the Florida Keys, so I'm still connected to the mainland. And so I came here, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just knew that if I just followed my heart and truly, I can look back now and say that I actually had a company culture without a culture. I knew what my personal culture was. I knew I wanted to live on an island. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be on the water. I wanted to educate. I wanted to share my passion with people. I wanted to meet people from around the world. I wanted to be hands-on. I wanted to be athletic. And I wanted it to be a business. I had no idea that I wanted to be a kayak business because I had only kayaked once before on vacation somewhere. So one of the things that I'm really passionate about with people when they don't know what they want to do, I spend a lot of time, because I think that was really the pivotal point for me, is that my personal culture, what I wanted out of life, not what I wanted to do, but really specifically what I wanted to do, but what I wanted out of myself as a person, who I wanted to be. That was so strong, and the rest of it, once you find that, the rest of it fits in. And it's just asking the questions and the hard questions, and we have a lot of tendencies to just kind of have these generic answers, and we believe that's our story, and it's not our story, and we can change our story anytime. And so I truly, the book for me was, I had a lot of moments in my life that became, for me, the Millionaire in Flip-Flops, it became about a lifestyle and not about the money. And I ended up being truly happy. And, happiness there's such a focus on being successful. But for me, my focus is on being happy. And if I'm happy, I'm successful, and everything else falls into place. And now this has been 19 years later. I have a wonderful company with 21 employees, and I get to travel the world. I paddleboard race. I get to do all the things that I want to do. And the money, although I gave it up early on, it eventually followed me because I was true to my passion.
I love that. Isn't that amazing? So here's a question I'm going to ask, because I know a lot of you have this same question. Hey Mallory, I saw you join. Thanks for jumping on, and replay viewers, I know you are loving this. I'm going to show you Sue's book again, because if you jump in, if you jump in the middle, then you won't know as much what she's talking about. But how perfect is this? The Millionaire in Flip-Flops by Sue Cooper. You can get it on Amazon. Check it out.
I'm a constant learner, but you know, learning's only going to take you so far. Learning's going to open the door, and applying it and walk through the door and hopefully jump off the porch. And I'm all about applying. And so I am almost like, people almost feel like, God, don't you ever sit still? But it's just like, no, I just want to have fun. You know, you're not going to make memories sitting on the couch watching television.
Taking in more and more information.
I want to make memories. I want to have fun. I want to have stories to
Yes! Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit, for our animal lovers, tell us a little bit about Lazy Dog and how it came to be.
It kind of started, it's a funny story. I actually had the kayak company, and my best friend was an artist, and he drew our original logo, and but he didn't have a way to sell the shirts. So I used to say, give me the shirts. I've got kayak customers. And so I would sell the shirts for him, and eventually we joined forces and became a kayak company. The kayak company at the time was called Outdoor Adventure Tours. But when he did the design of the t-shirt, it said Outdoor Adventure Tours with the Lazy Dog Kayak Guides. And then everyone around town kept calling us the Lazy Dog Kayak Guides. So after a couple years, I'm like, I think I need to change my name to the Lazy Dog Kayak Guides. But anyway, we ended up just calling it Lazy Dog Adventures. And so that's kind of how it came about. He left, moved out of town in 2008, and so now I'm the sole owner of Lazy Dog. And we got into paddleboards, and we have fun, and the dogs get to come with us to work every day.
I love that. Lucky. She has a beautiful border collie named Casey, who's sleeping. And I'll post pictures of her later. But, you know, that idea of, I get a lot of questions about, oh my gosh, I can't start my business till I know the name, right? Okay, Joe says, connection problems, I'll try to watch the replay. Yeah, perfect. There will be a great, perfect replay for you, Joe. I did not, I get these questions all the time about, oh, do I name myself? Do I name my business after myself? Do I name it? I need the perfect name. And to be honest, that was something that I struggled with when I was starting my first company. And my answer now is, you can change it later, because listen, it's not like you have a big following where everyone in the world knows your brand at this point, you know? The good thing about being totally unknown is that nobody's gonna notice if you change your name, right? But that's not something to hold you back from getting started in your mission, because like she said, she listened to what her customers were calling her, how she became known. That was her brand, and then she changed the name. But she was already going. She wasn't waiting for that perfect name to appear. And now it's a really strong name. And what did you tell me? You have 30,000 people come through here
a year. Yeah.
30,000 people.
Yeah. Out of my office, which is a 10 by 10 shack. And I'll always expand and maybe get some office space, but quite honestly, that wouldn't fit what I want to do every day. I don't want to sit inside. I want to be out here under the palm at this picnic table with my customers and my staff all around me in the energy of it all. And so, you know, again, organically, I make it what works for me. I think a lot of times when opportunities or things happen, sound good, but they aren't really what you want to be doing every day. You know, like you could get a promotion in a job and oh my God, I get another $10,000. Are you going to be doing what you want to do every day? You know, now you're going to have to do something you don't want to do, whether it be work with customers or work in your own, you know, work inside instead of outside, whatever it is. So always have to have a look at like what it is that what do you want to do in your 24 hours? Where do you want to be? And what do you want to do? Do you want to work with people? Or do you not want to work with people? You want to work outside, inside? Like, ask yourself all those questions, because if you're doing something you don't want to do, you're not going to be happy. Point? It's silly. It's where we spend most of our. For me, it's work and life. It's not a work-life balance. It's all integrated. It's all one. You know. Am I here working right now, or am I here playing? You know, I met a new friend. Right. I'm hanging with my friends. I'm at work. I'm outside. I'm under the palm tree. You know, like
your dog's here.
Yeah, my dog's here. So it's all about integrating and making it really, truly organic to what it is that you want to do.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I'm gonna ask you to take us on a little tour of her space right here in a minute. But again, I just want to point out this whole idea of she quit her job because she realized she wasn't happy. She was honest with herself about that, even though she had all the success, right, in her corporate job. But her life was a mess. So she went, all right, I'm not going to keep working in this job that's ruining the rest of my life, because this is where she's spending most of her time. So if she's not happy, what's the point, right? And she knew what she was going to do. And now 30,000 customers a year come through, and she gets to work at the beach every day with her best friends and her dog. And that is living the life of your dreams. you know, and like she said, the money came along the way, and she figured it out along the way. It wasn't about, you know, having this perfect plan, which I think a lot of times, especially as women, I see like so important to so many of us that it keeps us stuck for years.
Just gotta jump in and go for it.
You gotta jump in and go
it'll
for
all
it.
work out. As long as
Yes.
you true to yourself, it'll all work out. It does. You know, you have to just, you know, we say here our favorite word is yes, and then we try and figure out how to make it happen. You know, and a lot of times, a lot of things we do, we have no idea. If I could tell you how many times, I mean, my staff will sometimes say to me, "How did you know how to do this?" I'm like, I have no idea how to do it, but I've got Google, I've got resources and friends, and you know, and you figure it out. It's just too much. We spend too much time in our own head, and we're our own worst enemy. We're stopping ourselves from doing a lot of things. And you just have to look at life as an experience. Don't worry if it doesn't work out. If you fail, it's just an experience. But fail with a good attitude, so that you can see
Right.
the doors and the opportunities that open within that failure.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, Sue has something really exciting coming up just a couple of weeks as a follow-up to Millionaire in Flip-Flops. And so I'm going to ask her to share a little bit about that before we see her space out of which she's created this incredible worldwide international brand, Lazy Dog.
Well, I got a lot of great feedback from the book because we have a lot of action plans within the book. Again, I'm all about applying and making things apply to your questions so that you can take some of the lessons in my stories, I can share them, but I really want things to work out for you, the reader, the listener. Like another 2 or 3 books I could have put out, but I had already done the book, so I kind of had that experience, and I was ready to find a way to connect more one-on-one and more specific to other people's problems or issues or situations that come up in work or in their personal life. So I've created a membership group so that we can all connect as a community. It's called the Lazy Dog Boardroom. It's through Millionaire, a closed group of people that want to get involved, want to help each other, want to help themselves, and I'll be able to kind of lead the group, again, share more questions, stories, and keep it fresh and current, because I'm always learning every day things I want to help people with business and also personal life lessons that I'd love to keep sharing with people, and so in weeks.
Awesome.
And it's going to be on the MillionaireInFlipFlops.com.
Oh, perfect. So MillionaireInFlipFlops.com. Check it out by the end of this month, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Or beginning, if you're watching this later, it's already live. Check it out at MillionaireInFlipFlops.com. And if you don't know how to spell millionaire, it's probably the journey that you're on, right? So I'm going to ask Sue to give us a quick tour of her space. Anything else you think is important for these ladies to know if they're thinking about quitting that job, or even if they've quit and they're stuck with what are the next steps?
Yeah.
Why isn't this working?
It's really a matter of continuing to learn. If it doesn't work, if you keep trying the same thing and it's not working, you just try it from another angle. And again, there's so many resources out there thanks to the internet today. There's a lot of help to be found. You're a perfect example. Just to think a little bit differently about things, and that's truly what I like to do. Is like just kind of come from a different approach to the normal situations and the normal problems. Think a little bit different, and think about, you know, it's all up to you. It's really, don't rely on anyone else. Don't waste your time relying on anyone else. Just make it happen and continue. Just dive in. Like, say yes to everything. I actually have a chapter in my book. It changed my life. Honestly, changed my life. And I just decided to go and do things. It was primarily because I was a little stuck. I was a little stuck at work, kind of feeling like I didn't know which way I wanted to grow. I was stuck at home personally, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But by saying yes to everything, people that I wouldn't ordinarily have met, going to parties or water adventures or little excursions, doing things that I wouldn't ordinarily, I'll just stay home tonight, whatever. And my life just opened up, and the opportunities that came my way were these, and so many more friends. And my life, I could tell you from that day, and it was Yes Man with Jim Carrey. And my friend, when I said I was a little stuck, she actually told me, watch the movie. And I said everything.
I love that.
And it's silly, but it is when you are stuck. It's a good thing to you've got to get out of your routine. and other things. It's going to allow you to think clearly, because you can almost step away from your own situation and be like, oh, maybe we should do this, and this might work. But yeah.
And you figure out what you don't want to say yes to again too, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, that was fine.
Well,
but...
even in things that you don't like, you still learn.
Right.
You learn something that can take you through to the next stage in your life. You can always learn, whether you're having a terrible time or having a great time. You usually learn more from the terrible times.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah. Amazing advice from somebody who has done it and is living the dream of so many of us, so many of you, so many people around the world, and getting to meet the most interesting, exciting people and truly live her dream because she made a decision to do it, and every day she gets up and makes that same choice. So let's see a little bit of this dream that she's created.
Yeah, come on.
And let's see if we can meet the puppy too, whose name inspired it all, Miss Casey. I don't know. Oh, there she is. All right, so there's Miss Casey.
Casey girl.
Casey's resting, but you'll see her silhouette on the Lazy Dog brand everywhere.
So this is our shack. It's our 10 by 10 shack. It's everything from our retail location to our outfitter store, tours and rentals. It's our office. It's our lunchroom. It's a little bit of everything. This is our original logo. It's actually worn. We're in the process of getting a new one. I can't get rid of it because it's 18 years old. So this is our original logo. And then our newest one, we got into paddleboarding in 07, and this is Casey with her big fluffy butt on our paddleboard shirt.
Awesome. So yeah, lots of fun Lazy Dog gear. And what's the website for Lazy Dog?
It's lazydog.com.
Easy. LazyDog.com. You got a Facebook page too.
Yeah, come by and visit us in Key West. We'd love to see you. We'd love to hang out with you at the picnic table.
They've got a great spot right here on the highway, as you've heard the road noise. There lots of visibility here, and then the one of our safety kayakers actually said to me last night, I looked them up on Google Earth and I couldn't believe how many kayaks and paddleboards they have.
We actually are the largest. We have the largest fleet of rental kayaks and paddleboards on the island, but we're all about, we keep our prices low, and we like to have a lot of boards and kayaks so that people can go out and have more fun.
Awesome. Yes, so here's the office. As Sue said, some of her gear, the paddleboards, which I want to try someday when I'm allowed to do things off the ground. Casey, tell me about this picnic table.
So the picnic table, there used to be this really old picnic table. I mean, we would sit down on it, and we weren't sure if it was going to keep us held up. Anyway, it was around for about 12 years, and I never wanted to get rid of it because it's where all my ideas have come from. It was basically my office here. From the early years when it was just me sitting at the picnic table. All my ideas would come up from here. Anyway, the table would break, and my staff, I'd come in and they would look at me and I'd be like, what's wrong? I could tell something was wrong. And they'd be like, the picnic table broke. And I'm like, well, we have to just fix it. Like, we can't get rid of it. So we kept fixing it and patching it over. So I thought, all right, it's a safety hazard. So I searched high and low for the perfect picnic table because this picnic table really represents a big part of my life. It's very attached to it. I had somebody build this new one. It's so heavy, it's not going anywhere. But I love it. So all my ideas have come from the picnic table. I even have one at home as my main dining room table. And I'll always have a picnic table in my life.
Awesome. Sue, thank you so much. One more time, her book and her website, Millionaire in Flip Flops, millionaireandflipflops.com. You can find the book on Amazon, easy. I can't wait to read it. And very exciting, soon launching the new Lazy Dog boardroom, right? From millionaireandflipflops.com. So thank you so much, Sue, for joining us.
Thank you.
And look for all the exciting updates from Sue soon.
Thank you.